Hello everybody, welcome to All Sports Weekly episode 8. I am Trevor and with me this week I have Wayne. How you going?
Good.
Good?
Good, Trevor.
Good to have you. Everyone, we're watching this on YouTube obviously. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, share the link, all that stuff if you like the show. Leave any comments. We'll certainly endeavour to answer any questions you have next week. You can also reach me on allsportsweekly@outlook.com. And we're on Twitter @AllSportsWeekly. So let's get into it. Wayne, what have you been watching this week, mate?
Alrighty. Well, let's start with the tennis.
Tennis? Let's do it. You've been watching tennis?
Yep. As much as I could.
Okay. So we've had the two finals on the weekend, the male and female. Let's start with the ladies first.
Yep.
Saturday night. You watched that one?
Osaka. Too good.
Too good.
Too good. Yeah, she'll be the... she'll take the reins from Williams. She'll be...
Yeah.
Yep.
So you think, and is this the end of the Williams era officially? Because I feel like I watched Williams getting beaten by Osaka and I think we're at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Like, you know, there's all the talk, hand on the heart, you know, that's the end, she's not coming back. She'll be back.
You think?
Yep.
I don't know. Yeah. It's a pretty grueling part of the year to come to Australia. It's summer. It's out of the way. It's, you know.
Yeah. Do you think you know, being a draw card as well, and getting paid for that, I assume, just to come back? Yeah.
Look, she'll just quit when she wants to. Obviously.
Yeah.
She's good enough to keep going.
She doesn't need the money.
No, that's what I was going to say. Like you're saying about getting paid.
But Venus is still playing too, isn't she?
Venus played.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got knocked out. I think round 2.
Yeah.
Once again, it's not the money.
No.
But they must want to play.
Yeah. And it probably helps her line of, you know, bras and things like that.
Yeah, well, what she was wearing. I mean, I'm no fashionista, but yeah, good luck. If any, that's
give you a good suntan.
I must be getting old if that's fashion. Yeah, but and just quickly on Serena, hasn't won a major in 4 years. So when you get to a certain age and you're 4 years without a win, you have to start to wonder.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
So I'll put you on the spot here. Will she win another major ever?
Yes.
Okay. And will she come back to Australia?
Yep.
And then will she equal and beat Margaret Court?
Hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to be a bit of a party pooper and say she won't win another major. Okay. Wimbledon will be the one, which is obviously looming, but yeah, we'll see. But yeah, Osaka, too good. Went through, you know, the hard side of the draw. Just seems to have the temperament, just like unflappable, calm, pretty zen sort of person.
Yeah, she is.
Doesn't seem to get caught up in much.
Yeah.
Kind of a little eccentric, introverted almost.
Butterflies land on her.
Yeah, right. Tree falling in the woods.
Yeah.
She's been in 4 Grand Slam finals. She's won 4. You know, she's got no nerves about her, no yips. Monica Seles is the leading in women's tennis in that regard. Monica Seles won her first 6, so Osaka on that way. But yeah, I think with women's tennis, you've had Williams and then this just lotto.
Yeah.
Whereas now Osaka coming through, she's like, we are entering into that era.
Yep.
She's the highest paid female athlete in the world, in case you're wondering. Got a few dollars.
Yeah.
Got the skills, very marketable. I think I agree. She's after winning the Australian Open, she's now number 2 in the world. Barty has held number 1, and this isn't very Australian to me, but I'd say Barty'd be hanging on to that for dear life. I think Osaka.
Yep.
I think Osaka is the best female player in the world.
Yep.
What do you think about that?
Oh, definitely. What? Going back to Barty, what did you think on her Australian Open?
Yeah, well,
and that match.
Very dignified. Barty official quote was, she was entitled to take. It's within the law.
Yep.
I think we all know it was a bit dodgy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was in the law. It's not ethically. Like, what was the injury?
Yeah.
What was the injury?
But after the match, she said she didn't have an injury.
That's right.
She just felt dizzy, and well, that's the elements, isn't it?
Yeah. So, Yeah, I mean it's a bit harsh,
Yeah.
but at the same time, you need to be able to win into that. She had that game. She was up a break.
Oh,
Up a
definitely.
set, up a break. You know.
But you know, if you can use the law in anything other than sport, you're going to use it.
Yeah, well, I mean, not every.
But sportsmen and sportswomen are, because they're there to win.
They're looking for an advantage, but there's also some players who wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
And there's some.
Oh,
that
definitely.
Would. I remember
Barty
Yelena
wouldn't.
Yankovic. Yeah, Barty wouldn't.
No.
Like, frankly, yeah. I remember going back good decade now. Yelena Yankovic.
Yep.
I didn't like her much, and she was, I think, Romanian. If you watched a game where she didn't have an injury timeout, it was a rare thing.
Yeah.
Especially when she was losing.
Yep.
It was almost like 100%.
And do you know who was like that as well?
Who's that?
Djokovic.
Really?
Back.
Yeah.
There was a lot of games he played in his early,
No,
start of career that, well, he'd pull out.
Okay.
He-
I
I'm
don't
pretty
remember
sure
that, but
if he was losing,
he just
I'm
go.
injured. See ya.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so it goes. It's interesting. I don't remember that, but
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe look it up.
well, on him last night, straight sets,
Too
beat
good.
Medvedev, too good, clutch plays. I
Yeah.
was watching that, like just finding the corners, finding the lines, and I don't think Medvedev played his best game.
No.
He looked a little.
He was
bit,
frustrated, frazzled. Yeah. And once he went down 7-5, he should have won that first set.
He had it, didn't
And
he? Yeah.
that he just lost it. He lost it.
Yeah, needed a good start, didn't get it, and then he was, I don't know, remonstrating with the crowd and himself a lot. He seemed to
Yeah.
be caught up in the moment.
They even said that was weird for him.
Right.
Because he's such a sort of calm sort of guy. So
The Russian sort of calm.
Yeah.
Djokovic too good. It's been what a weird month really. From coming out here, lockdown, he had a bit to say. The
Yeah.
crowd are with him. Starts the tournament, he's copping a bit of advice from the crowd. Then there's no crowds. Then it comes
Yeah.
back. Pretty good crowd last night. The most they could legally have. The crowd were behind him. He made a good speech
Yeah.
at the
I
end.
didn't think he's such a good talker.
Yeah, he is.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to the end of match just to see
Yeah.
how the crowd would react, but they reacted more to the vaccine
Yeah.
and the government
Yeah.
than they did anything else.
He plays the villain well, but secretly he is a good guy.
Yeah,
He's just
yeah.
a little bit different. And he speaks well, like you say. Osaka, not so much. I don't know.
No.
That it was a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
She didn't seem to know the name of her opponent very well. It was just a bit awkward.
Yeah.
But oh well, she's a tennis player, not a public
Yeah, exactly,
speaker. But,
exactly.
we're going to wrap up the Australian Open, mate. Good tournament in the end, or what do you think?
Yeah, under circumstances, and
Yep.
I think it showed the world that, what Australia can do in these times.
Locking down for a couple of cases.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, in some countries, you've got how many thousands, and they're going,
Yeah.
oh, maybe we should lock down. We
So-
have shown them a little something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
What did you think of the cameras instead of linesmen?
Yeah, I think it's a dark day for linesmen
Yeah.
because, as we mentioned last week, it's obviously be great for the human element to have people who can go and do it.
Yeah.
But you get injury, you get errors, you get human error, you get people arguing.
Game's fast.
You can't argue with a computer.
Yeah.
And the players just get on with it. It's taken the reviews away.
Yeah.
I feel like if the technology is available, I think the linesman might be a thing of the past.
Yeah.
The ball boy is on solid ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's all right.
Did you notice they're numbered now?
What?
On their hats.
The ball boy.
So, I don't know. I just saw numbers and I thought, maybe the ref can go 13, do this, do
Okay.
that.
I wonder if that's because maybe they're in some sort of hub
Yeah.
because they're
maybe.
touching the ball and the players. So I did wonder that.
Yeah.
Like,
And, the voices as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was from
Isn't that interesting?
first responders apparently.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Guy from, what was it? I think it was a guy up at, up Sunny Coast was one of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Cool.
yeah.
Oh well. Yeah. No. Australian Open,
Enjoyed. It was great.
all over for another year, and let's hope by next year things are a little bit more normal.
Yeah.
NRL guys, we had the Indigenous All Stars versus Maori All Stars game Saturday night, mate. Did you catch any of that?
I did.
Not bad.
It was good.
Yeah, not bad. The old saying is in Townsville it rains twice a year. Well, that was one of them. Wet weather game. Game finished 10-all.
Yep.
Pretty good game. The defensive effort from the Indigenous players pretty awesome.
Definitely.
If it's a trial game, it's a pretty intense trial game. I think, as far as I'm aware, no real injuries have come out of it. I think a good hit out for the players. A little bit of feeling, a little bit of like, how you doing there? And no, it wasn't bad. 20,000 people showed up, so that was good. Now, at the end of the game, the score was 10-8. Maori are winning, and Indigenous team get a penalty right in front of the post. Now, Cody Walker is the captain. Cody Walker says to the ref, "We'll take the two."
Take the two.
Probably not the worst idea when
In,
you're down
in
by
every other game.
right.
Yeah.
Take the two. So the ref says he's made that decision. Ref marks the spot. Latrell gets the ball and looks like he's going to take off and go for the corner. The ref says, "You've already made the decision." Latrell looks at Cody Walker and like it was on. Like he was like, "What are you doing?"
Yep.
So they take the two. The game ends in a draw. Weird, because the players, as fans as well, you're conditioned to golden point.
Yep.
There's no golden point. I don't mind the draw. Like, I think a draw, it worked for 100 years. Sometimes a draw is a good result, especially in a game like this. To share the honours, I don't think it's a problem. But you sort of suck the life out of everything. What do you think about all that?
That meant that the Maoris retained the trophy too, didn't it?
Is that, well, they had it last year, did they?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So that was brought into it as well. So do you think golden point, if it comes down to retaining a trophy?
Yeah, I guess when there's a piece of silverware on the line, then I could probably maybe say. But as a rule, I don't mind the draw.
Yep.
But yeah, one commentator likened it to going to the dance and coming home with your sister. It's not all bad, but it's unsatisfying for everybody. Yeah. I don't know. But
it was a great game.
Good game.
Awesome game.
Latrell looked like he wanted to go for it, so the captain had his say, and that was that. But after the game, it looked like both teams looked like they'd lost the game. Yeah, which is interesting.
Yep. So what's your thought now moving forward? Yeah,
well, there's a bit of talk the game should be will be in New Zealand, and I think that
should be.
Yeah, I think that's
Definitely.
good. I think the Maori in Australian Indigenous, I think that's a really good concept. The players have bought in. They clearly want to play in that game.
Yep.
And it means something, so that's what you want from a pre-season game. So I think it could go to New Zealand every other year. I think that'd be good because rugby league in that country needs to do something to grow.
Would you evolve it into a state of origin style with 3 games?
Personally, I wouldn't, but I would just have the one-off.
Just the one-off.
But that's just my opinion. It is at the end of the day pre-season.
Yeah.
So there is always
you don't want injuries.
That's right. Yeah. I feel like one-off is fine. But I think it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was great.
Good.
It was great.
In years gone by, they've sort of shoehorned it around stuff where I think it's at the point where it should have its set in stone time of the year. This is it, and everything fit in around it.
Yeah.
I think it's good.
Yeah, definitely.
And just before we leave NRL, mate, Cameron Smith. I've had a bit to say. I've got my opinion. Tell me what's happening with Cameron Smith, mate. What is happening? Well, the season starts in 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
He's going to play again.
Is he?
Yep.
For who?
Who do you think?
I don't know. Nobody knows.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
So let me talk to you about this. So Melbourne Storm this week had they named co-captains Jesse Bromwich and I'm blanking on the second guy. So they have named new captains. Okay. So Cameron Smith is not the captain for Melbourne Storm. Craig Bellamy gets asked for the zillionth time, and he says Cameron Smith has earned the right to make the decision on his own. I don't disagree. But it's 2.5 to 3 weeks from this first game. So, as I've said here before, are you telling me he doesn't know?
Yeah, he knows.
He knows. Well, why doesn't he just say it?
Because it's publicity.
For what?
For the game.
But people, what would be better publicity?
Rugby league's getting in,
Oh, I don't know.
Pre-season.
I don't. Maybe
what's
I'm
happening
wrong.
with Cameron Smith?
You people watching, you'll have your own opinion. Are you telling me that it's the 22nd of February that the best player in the league honestly doesn't know what he's doing? or that Melbourne Storm or another team don't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
But and if he does know, why doesn't he just say something? Now, an interesting theory a mate of mine mentioned that holds a bit of sway is Cameron Smith a few years ago got the hump with Channel 9 in particular and the media as a whole about just his treatment of the Alex McKinnon incident and stuff like that.
Yep.
Now, rightly or wrongly, Cameron Smith feels a bit aggrieved with the media. Maybe he's retired, but he's just like, I'm not going to announce it.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to give you that. I'm not going to front up and tell you.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to. And I don't want to sell you newspapers and stuff.
Yeah.
He might be actually have no intention of playing. Maybe.
Well,
just to
isn't
say.
Isn't there stories he's bought a house at the Sunshine Coast?
Yeah, he's bought a house and I mean, I think...
But then he's been seen at the Gold Coast, so...
Yeah.
What's in the middle?
Sydney? I don't know. but you know, maybe he's actually just retired, but he's just not going to say it.
Yeah.
Because that'll just really annoy everybody.
Well, we'll find out in 2 weeks.
Will we? But will we? Like, because say fast forward to 2 weeks, I'm watching...
Something's going to come out.
And he's not playing, and everyone's like, well, he's earned the right to decide. Was he going to... Gets to round 6. Oh, I'm still thinking about it.
Well, then in 2 weeks, they're going to go, well, he's not playing.
I don't...
You know, like...
Yeah. We'll move on, but I don't understand it.
So, do you think he's going to play? No.
If you'd asked me a couple of weeks ago, I thought he would.
Yeah. Because
I thought if he wasn't, he would say so. But I don't know. I'm starting to think no. I'm starting to think he's not going to play.
Getting too close.
Well, yeah. Because, who's he playing for? You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right, mate. Move on to a bit of football, a bit of round ball. Something, you've played yourself, you're a fan, you've got kids playing it, you're into that Australian football scene. Quickly touch on A-League over the weekend. Adelaide beat Central Coast. Western United beat Macarthur 4-1. Sydney and the Raw had a 0-0 draw. Frustrating game because the Raw looked pretty good in that one, but that was down in Cogra there. Melbourne Victory, their bad year continues getting done at home by Newcastle. And Wellington Phoenix and Western Sydney have had a 2-2 draw. A-League as a whole, watched much of it this year, mate? Or
no, I haven't.
No?
No.
It's been alright, yeah.
I keep up with who wins and sort of the ladders and stuff like that. Adelaide had a good win. Yeah. So, against the top.
The Melbourne teams are not doing so well.
No. Which is interesting.
Terrible. Yeah. What a shame. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a fledgling league and it's sort of struggling for, recognition and bums on seats and like a lot of that stuff. I heard a little whisper in the wind that Stan Sport is looking at making a play for A-League.
As well.
Yeah, just a whisper.
Yeah.
But Stan Sport with their One Sport apparently wants to double that. But there is a bit of talk that A-League is in their sights and, I don't think that Foxtel are going to give A-League big money to stay. I think it's those sort of slightly smaller but still mainstream sports that Stan's looking at.
Yep.
So watch this space. If Stan can get a couple more sports to it, then it might become a bit more of an attractive proposition.
Definitely.
But at this stage anyway. So, and we'll just quickly touch on the Premier League. Liverpool beaten by Everton 2-0 in the Merseyside derby. Man U have beaten Newcastle 3-1 this weekend. But Man City have won again. Leicester have won. Long story short, Man City are now 10 points clear of second.
It's over.
It is.
It's over.
There's still mathematically, 30-something points up for grabs, but holy dooly. Liverpool are down to 6th. Interesting.
So my son Jackson thinks Liverpool will end up 4th by the end.
Okay. Now your boy's a Chelsea fan.
Yes, he is.
How's that going for him?
Yeah. He thinks they'll be 3rd.
Right.
But
so who's falling out of the top 4 then?
He just said, Man City.
Yeah.
Too good.
So let's just use him as an example. If Chelsea are 3rd and Liverpool are 4th, what's happening to United and Leicester and Spurs and...
So...
Oh, you got it written down.
I did write it down.
Okay.
So...
This is Jackson Seipel here.
Yes. These are
young
Jacksons.
Player, write that name down, put it in your scrapbook.
So he's saying Liverpool's 4th, Chelsea 3rd, Man U 2nd.
And, okay. Yeah.
And,
Yeah, well, he might be onto something. He might not, you know.
I think the kids these days know all the players, and you know.
Doesn't mean he knows what he's on about.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Hey, look, it's been recorded now. If that happens, you'll be a genius.
Yeah.
Documented.
Good luck.
Champions League. Barcelona got pumped by Paris Saint-Germain.
Yep.
And there's a bit of talk that Barcelona are broke, and I mean in big trouble, insolvent sort of level of debt. Yeah, the richest club in the world a few years ago. Apparently have made some bad deals. I read this article that they're in a lot of trouble.
So is that bad deals and
bad deals? COVID. Just COVID's the huge thing.
Yeah.
But they're flying a bit too close to the sun financially and counting on revenue from games.
Yep.
That isn't there anymore. Bit of talk. That's a developing one there. Watch out for that. They reckon Barcelona is in big trouble. Might be another Leeds United in the making. Leipzig got beaten by Liverpool 2-0. Porto, too good for Juventus 2-1. Sevilla lost to Dortmund, which was an interesting one. Champions League coming back again this week. Atletico Madrid's going to play Chelsea. Your boy will be up at 6 a.m. for that one, mate.
So Jackson thinks Atletico have been quite average lately.
Mm-hmm.
So he's
in
confident a win there.
Yeah.
He's confident.
Yeah, okay.
So we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, pride comes before a fall.
Yeah.
Lazio's playing Bayern. Atalanta is going to play Real Madrid. And don't make me say this team. Mönchengladbach.
Yes.
I'm sure I said that wrong. Are playing Man City. I'm just keen to see if Man City's domestic form goes into Europe. I'm not sure of the credentials of their Hungarian team that they're playing. They're in the Champions League, so they can't be too bad.
Yep.
But if Man City go into a roll over them, it's just they look like they could win because they're in the League Cup final. They're in the FA Cup. They're winning the league, and they're in Europe. The quadruple.
Yeah.
Mate, stranger things have happened. The United's treble back in 99, I believe it was. Still the benchmark, but City could do it. Okay, mate. Yeah, quickly have a chat about cricket. Just a quick one. India, England having a good Test series, 1-1 at the moment. The first Test, England won by 227 runs, pretty emphatic, a bit of an upset. India have won the second by 317 and a bit of a return to form. I don't know if you saw that second Test pitch. It was did you see the spin?
No.
Mate, it was like right angles. There was like...
Is that when Collie got out?
That was the day one.
There we go.
Yeah, you should have seen it by day 4. Mate, they reckon you could have had 4 spinners in your team and probably been a good choice.
Yeah.
It was unreal. I don't know if you want... I like to see a good pitch, but I don't know if you want a pitch turner that much.
Yeah.
It was, but at the same time, I think it was Sharma still got a ton, and so it was, it was there. Runs were there. But anyway, just watch this space. Last week, Richard, who was on the show, I cut him off. We ran out of time. He was about to go on a huge rant about the DRS, and I did look into it, and it does look like England have had a couple of stiff decisions.
Yep.
India running the DRS over there. Couple of things that looked a little dicey.
Yeah.
Not, just saying. It did look a little dicey. But with COVID, they've got their own referees and their own setup. Just looked a little dicey. But England, just remember Ben Stokes, Headingley, mate. Just remember that. All right. You want to talk about bad decisions. And just quickly, New Zealand, Australia, 5-game T20 series starts today.
Yep.
So when this video goes live, it'll be a couple of hours before that. I think it's 4 o'clock. So they're 5 games, and
so how do you think we're going to go?
Who would know? I mean, New Zealand, apparently the best Test team in the world. I don't believe that for a second, but that's what the rankings say. At home, and T20 with the nature of T20, who knows? IPL biddings have just happened. Big money getting thrown around. Jai Richardson, 2.3 million or something.
Some people didn't.
Yeah. Some people have dropped down.
Yeah.
Steve Smith was unders. Yeah. Well, that's the way it is, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's funny because the biddings happened just before this series. There'd be a few players on big money who now have to go and show why.
Yeah.
Or you might get a few players who didn't get big money who might want to show a few people.
They need to show why.
Yeah. And some people might go, well, we got a bit of a bargain.
Yeah.
Okay, quickly we're going to go to rugby. The first weekend of Super Rugby happened. We had the Reds and the Waratahs. The Reds 41, too strong for the Waratahs 7. 12,000 people rocked up to Suncorp. Not too bad.
Yeah, that's great.
Not too bad.
And that was 41 straight points, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think it was some sort of record the Waratahs setting for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
I think Reds don't normally... That's a big margin for that fixture, even in years when Reds have been struggling or whatever. They're normally pretty tight. Waratahs, I don't know if they're that bad, but doesn't look so good for them. The Force got beaten by the Brumbies 27-11 with 7,000 people showing up for that one over in Perth. Do you care? Do you like rugby? Do you watch it?
I don't watch a lot, but I enjoy watching it.
Do you have Stan?
Yes.
Do you have Stan Sport?
No.
You have to pay an extra $10.
Yeah.
So because I don't have Stan, so for me it's $27 if I want to watch rugby. Now there were only 2 games on anyway, and one of them was on Channel 9.
Yeah.
So in effect, it's one game I've missed. Now that'll change this week, but
I did have people talk to me about watching it, so
okay,
they
so
did
that's
get
it.
it.
Yeah.
So
that's it, isn't it? They've got that game on TV now. Finally.
So
that's something. I think it's that's the key, isn't it? Getting people to casually flick on and see it and watch it and talk about it and grow it that way.
yeah, definitely.
But because I'm interested to see people who have Stan whether you would pay
the extra
10 extra bucks
Yeah.
for Stan Sport, which at this point is one sport. Okay.
Yeah.
No. Anyway, the New Zealand Super Rugby is on this weekend. So this starts up, and we all know that's probably where the power lies and where the better rugby will come from. Otago Highlanders are going to play Canterbury Crusaders, so that's a good Southern Island clash. And Wellington Hurricanes are going to take on Auckland. Should be pretty good. I'm still a bit confused about how it's going to work. Different rules. We're playing rules, they're playing rules.
Yeah.
How that, I don't know. Interesting.
Time will tell.
Time will tell. All right, mate. Well, that's pretty much us. How'd you go there, mate?
Good.
Yeah? Anything else you want to quickly run through? You got your list
no,
there?
that was
Haven't
it.
cut you off?
No, that was great.
Yeah? All
That
right,
was
mate.
my list.
Yeah. Happy?
I'm sorted. I'm
Yeah,
happy.
yeah. All right. Okay. Well, everyone, thanks for watching. We're going to be back next week, and have a great week, and we'll talk to you then. See you later.
See ya.